Hi, I'm Shelly Jo. Welcome to my show. Today I'm talking self-hypnosis is doable. I am so excited to be here. It's Wake Up Wednesday with Shelly Jo. Shelly Jo is Shelly Jo Hypnominos, also known as the Amino Acid Lady and Hypnotherapist. Feed your brain, change your life. Now, this show is every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. It is a show from Win-Win Women. You'll be able to find many different speakers if you go to winwinwomen.tv. I've been thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. I was getting me something to drink, and I pulled this out of the cupboard. Can't see it. It's a mug that looks like the ocean. Oh my heavens, I love the ocean. Now, if you don't know where I live in Utah, and there is not an ocean in Utah. We've got mountains, we've got some lakes, we've got a desert, but no ocean. Yet I can look at this cup that has palm trees and it has the ocean, some flowers, and I can visualize being at the ocean. That is a power of the mind. You know, I go and speak a lot all over. And when I do, one of the questions I ask is, do you have an imagination? And first I'll say, if you ever played with a child, you understand their imagination. It is so much fun. I watch my little two-year-old granddaughter, and she has so much imagination. We can have a tea party. And she's so into it, right? I mean, get a little teacup, she'll fill it up, and she'll cheers, right? The imagination of a child is so much fun. That's why if you haven't hung out with a little child for a long time, you really should, because they are just enjoyable. What happens to your imagination as you get older? Now, I ask this question in each class I teach, and most people say the imagination goes away. Or does it? Have you ever had one of those thoughts? You get this little thought, imagination takes over, it spirals you into the future, and you create that what if story. And usually that what if story is something that's fearful or scary or something that's going to happen in the future. And we create this story so vividly that it feels like it's really happening, that it's real. And yet it's because you've got this little thought, you spiral into the future, right? You create this. If I ask you from here back to forever, as far as you can remember, when you've got this little thought and your imagination takes over and spirals you into the future, what percentage of those actually come to pass exactly the way you imagine them? 50%? 20%? 10%? 0%? Usually it's 0%. And yet we get this thought, we spiral into the future, we create this story. That's where anxiety comes from. It's almost like we're we're creating this thought that, oh my gosh, this is going to happen. But do you have a crystal ball? Can you really tell what is going to happen? Well, your imagination takes you to this point. That's anxiety. It's wasted energy. Now, you can also get a thought, a trigger comes up, spirals you into the past. Can you change the past? No, you cannot. Now, you can learn from it, you can grow from it, you can teach from it, you can have empathy for others who are going what you've gone through, but can you change the past? No. And yet, that's where depression comes from. Get the trigger, and we go, I don't want to know that. Makes me sad or angry or frustrated or whatever. So I'll just stuff this. I'll just stuff this emotion. I'm stuff and stuff and stuff. So something small happens and we explode. And it's because we're not wanting to deal or think about something that's happened in the past. And so we're carrying all that emotional baggage into right here today. The only place you have any power is in the present moment, right here, right now. That is when your joy, your happiness, your confidence is right here, right now. The challenge is if you allowed yourself to spiral in the future or spiral in the past, you miss the present moment. That's why it's called the present, right? Now, there are a couple things you can do, and I've talked about this in other shows, is there's 5 things you can do. The first thing is find 5 visual things around you. So you're keeping yourself in the present moment. 4 things you can hear. 3 things you can touch, pick up. 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste, because that brings you back to the present moment. But what happens when you've got some limiting beliefs and yet you're not able to get to figure out what they are, which then affects your present moment? Well, as a certified clinical hypnotherapist, I have the ability to help others get to the root of the problem. Because when you get to the root of the problem goes away. When you don't, it persists, it continues. By getting with a certified hypnotherapist, they can help guide you to the limiting beliefs. Because what you're doing is you're following an emotion. And that emotion is going to lead you to what is causing the limiting belief. But what if you don't know what the limiting belief is? That's what you're going to do, is you're going to find that emotion. You're going to figure out what the emotion is that is causing you to feel whatever you're feeling. Not good enough, not worthy. Anger, frustration, whatever it is, you can get to it. And you're not reliving it because you've already survived everything you've gone through. You're just understanding the aha so that you can change the limiting belief, because the conscious and subconscious handle different things. And the conscious is the one where your goals are, your values, your dreams. Subconscious holds is the running the background software program that gets stuck. And it could have been there since you were a child. So today I'm in my book, Feed Your Brain, Change Your Life, Take Control of Your Brain, Body, Emotions. Yep, you can get this on Amazon. You can get it on my website, hypnoaminos.com. But I thought I would go a different approach today. Is I'm going to talk about self-hypnosis. Can you do self-hypnosis to get your own answer? Yes. Yes, you can. And, people teach what they've learned. A really good coach is a really good coach because they've been coached. A really good hypnotherapist is a really good hypnotherapist because they've been hypnotized and they've worked through things. Make sense? That's what I want to teach you today, is what I've learned and how self-hypnosis works, what you do to be able to get to your own root of your problem to make these changes. Okay, so this is chapter 24 of my book. And one of my favorite quotes is, "Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better," by Emile Coué. And what it talks about in chapter 24 is becoming aware of your negative thoughts, your accepted truths. You can now use hypnosis to get into a state of complete relaxation so you can work at clearing and changing those false beliefs. What I want you to do first, so there's a few steps. Let me tell you how many steps there are to use self-hypnosis. There are only 8 steps. Are you ready? So here we go. What we wanted to do is, first of all, you want to breathe. And everybody thinks, okay, I already breathe, I already breathed, right? However, are you breathing to relax? Are you breathing for that fight or flight response? Okay, what I mean here is put one hand here on your chest, one hand on your tummy, and take a deep breath. Now, what I want you to notice is when you're breathing, which hand is lifting? Is it this? Because most of the time I'll tell people take a deep breath and they go, right? Well, if you watch a baby breathe, they breathe diaphragmically. They breathe down in the tummy. So I want you to watch me. Watch. There's no movement in my chest. So if you're listening to this, I want you to understand that there's no movement in my chest at all. My shoulders aren't coming up. It's all in the tummy because it's a diaphragmatic breathing, which means what it's doing is it's allowing, you've got this vagus nerve, which is central nerve. It's in your central nervous system. It's your biggest nerve in your body. Its job is rest and digest. We all start out as belly breathers. If you look at a baby, they all breathe belly breath. And then somewhere in our evolution of standing up and walking, becoming a teenager, we start breathing in the shoulders instead of the diaphragm. But what happens if you're breathing in your chest, it's a very shallow breath. It's that fight or fright breath. And what happens is you can't keep enough oxygen in your lungs to help you relax. So when things start to get scary or you start to go into worry or fear or panic, you're trying to catch your breath. And yet what's happening is you can't get the carbon dioxide to move in and around your lungs, and it causes that panic feeling. But when you can breathe into your diaphragm, it causes you to relax. That is a breath that you want in self-hypnosis. So you want to start taking some deep breaths, and you want to think of the change that you want to make. You can write it down, or you can just think about it in one statement. And I'm going to give you my example because I was struggling with, why do I struggle to get my information out? I've got this incredible information that helps feed your brain and your body and your thoughts. And yet I get stuck when it comes to social media or sending out emails because I didn't know what the because was. And that was my question. Is what is keeping me stuck and stopping me from moving my products forward that help feed the brain and sharing this incredible information about hypnosis and the power of it? That was my statement. What is the limiting belief that I have? What is the emotion? Where do I feel it? So what you're going to do is to get into a self-hypnosis stage, you want to find a quiet place where you can just allow yourself to rest. Give yourself a time limit. Make a suggestion. 10 minutes from now, I'll wake up My eyes will open. I will feel rested and rejuvenated. That way, your mind's not sitting there thinking, okay, when are we going to be done? When are we going to be done? When are we going to be done? Right? You're going to close your eyes and you're going to begin to breathe diaphragmatically, deeply. Now, I always have my clients visualize a balloon. So you're going to visualize a balloon. What's your favorite color? Well, obviously, mine's pink, orange, yellow. I want to think of those colors. It's just to give you a visual, right? And it allows you to breathe and slow down your breathing. Then you're going to start to focus from your head to your toes and allow yourself to relax. Feeling calm, feeling peace, calm and peace. And you're going to count down from 10 down to 1 so that you can allow your mind to relax and your body relax with each breath. It may help to visualize stepping down 10 steps. With each step you take and each number, you allow yourself to go deeper into a trance. And what a trance may feel like is like you're floating. Or it may feel like your body is heavy or unmovable. Kind of like if you close your eyes, you pretend to imagine that your eyes are glued shut, it might become really hard to just open them. And with that, you allow yourself to go deeper. You're focusing on your shoulders, melting like hot melted butter. Your arms heavy, limp and loose. Your legs heavy, limp and loose. Allow that feeling, that same feeling, that blissful feeling you feel as you're going into a sleep. When you're going into hypnosis, the first step down, here you are as awake. The first step down is called walking hypnosis. And what that is if you've ever driven somewhere and you get there and you go, I don't remember how I got here. Or let's say you're on your phone and you're so engrossed in what's going on the phone, somebody's calling your name. They think you're being rude, but you don't even hear them. You're hyper focused. So that is what walking hypnosis is. The second one is meditation. So you're going deeper than meditation. Instead of clearing your mind, you're going deeper because you want to give your subconscious a chance to help you to figure out what that limiting belief is. So once you get into that negative state, you're going to find that emotion. Maybe it's frustration. Mine was frustration. I kept thinking, what is it? Why am I stuck? Why is it seems so impossible to get this word out? What is it? I also figured out where in my body I felt it. So I felt it right under my sternum. It's like a knot. And then what I do is I visualize that knot as a shape. And it felt like prickly, like a prickly, like I call it, I think I call it a prickly pear, but it was like this prickly pear thingy that was just stuck right there in my sternum. And it was like this weird black greenish color. And as I allowed myself to feel that, because that's the feeling I feel each time I sit down to work on an email or social media, feel this knot right there. So I wanted to figure out what it was. What is that feeling? When I got down there and I focused on that, the thought came of trust. The old story is I don't trust myself because I don't know enough to move forward in my business. And the more I could focus on that and realize that that is not a truth, that I can trust myself, that I've created so many different things But that is a lie. It's a limiting belief that's getting me stuck. And in the past, what would I do with that limiting belief? Well, take another class, sign up for another program. And yet I wasn't trusting my own intuition, my own self to know that I already knew it. I've taken so many classes. This isn't to say don't take classes. Sometimes we get stuck in this, I need another class. I'll just take another class. And this class is going to be my answer. It's understanding that once you've got this information, it's time to use it. And when I could visualize this and change my pattern, the aha, which is what I needed for my subconscious to say, this story is no longer valid. Guess what else I learned? It's okay to move forward without all of the questions answered. I've stumbled, I've moved forward, I've got stuck. I've had my emails blacklisted so that they didn't get mailed out. I've had my social media um, literally put in jail because I didn't understand what I was doing. And each time one of those things that happen, it's like a little child um, reaching out to do something and get slapped on the hand, right? You know, don't touch that. Don't touch that stove because you're going to get burned. Well, it came, don't send an email because you're going to get blacklisted. Don't um, post on social media because you might say something that's wrong and then get put into uh, jail, whatever, social media jail, right? And so instead, I would just kind of back up and not be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna keep all this information to myself until I go speak. Because when I speak, I can share because that's in person 1-on-1. But I didn't trust that I knew what I was doing when it comes to social media or getting out online. And when I was able to acknowledge this in my gut, then I could visually get it to leave and visually see it leaving my body and going into, I always say, put it in a black box and get rid of it. You can command that this untrust or whatever it was that you deal with, that, prickly pear, go into the box, clearing the stomach, fill it up, send it down the stream, send it to the ocean, give it to the angels, do something with it so that your mind visually says, this is gone, this is not a truth, and then put something else in there. What would be a new shape? For me, it would be sunshine, yellow sunshine. And it's going to be the new feeling instead of not trust. It would be trust and confidence. And so now when I sit down to work on my business or think about it, it doesn't hold me back. It now moves me forward. And that's what you're doing down in hypnosis is you're getting to the issue because when you get to the issue, the problem goes away, right? And then at that point, when you can feel that, the change, the new aha, now you can visualize going back up those stairs, up those 10 stairs. And if you didn't imagine the stairs, then just imagine just counting up to 10. Or counting, counting up instead of going down. And then as you come out, I want you to just feel what that feels nice, this new awareness, feeling calm and peace. When you come out of a self-hypnosis, you're usually in a highly suggestible state. So you could use this to reinforce the changes, feeling gratitude for the subconscious and the ability to take the information given in to take control of the change to help reach your goals. And then add in quote that you can think about that when you think about it, it reminds you to move forward. One of my favorite ones is what I said at the beginning. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. It's over my office door. And repeat that a couple times throughout the day. Every day and every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better, better. Feel it every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Those 8 steps. Utilize those steps. Going into hypnosis. Think about what you want to change. Well, first of all, breathe. Allow yourself to go into a state of somewhere where you can be quiet. Give yourself a time limit. Close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Count down from 10 down to 1. When you get down in there, figure out what that limiting belief is, where you feel it, what the emotion is. Change, reframe it, reprogram it. Visualize, go back up the stairs, and then allow yourself to just feel that relaxation. And giving you one quote that you can resonate with. There you go. Here's a book. It'll help you through it. And then you can make a difference. Make those changes and take control of your life. And if you need some help, go to my website, hypnoaminos.com. Reach out to me. Self-hypnosis, if it feels like it's harder to do, then let's do a hypnosis session. That way I can guide you and help you find the clues and the answers and get rid of those limiting beliefs, those past experiences, and move you forward from here forward. Because you've already survived whatever you've gone through. Now it's time to thrive. Why? Because life matters. Your life matters. Keep smiling. Make it a great day. And live boldly. Mwah. Bye.